people who are out there saying we think Mike's too old for this fight. Tell them what you think about that.
If you think I'm too old for this fight, you need to come tell me in my face.
Whoa.
Yeah, like put up a better fight so then I could have like risen more and done more. And like he was surviving.
He was.
So,
but he got you with a couple punches. How did they feel?
Nothing. Didn't feel a thing, to be honest.
Bro, you cap.
I'm literally being honest, bro.
Mike Tyson recently opened up about his loss to Jake Paul during an emotionally charged appearance on the Joe Rogan Experience. The boxing legend, known for his candid demeanor, delved into the fight's aftermath, his feelings about stepping into the ring at 58, and his perspective on Jake Paul's meteoric rise in the boxing world. The conversation provided fans with a rare glimpse into Tyson's mindset and the challenges he faced leading up to the highly publicized bout.
Bro, your head is so big.
It didn't hurt. Like he didn't really land anything.
No, because your head is,
like,
I just
even
tell
the
you,
one
can just
he
take
landed-
impact like crazy.
Even the one he landed, I saw it coming and I went like this. And it like,
When Rogan asked Tyson about his experience fighting Jake Paul, the former heavyweight champion didn't shy away from acknowledging the difficulties. Tyson admitted that Jake is young, he's fast, and he's got a lot of energy. For him, just being able to stand toe-to-toe with someone half his age was a victory. Tyson said that he didn't win on the scorecards, but he feels like he won something much bigger. Tyson also shared how much effort it took to prepare for the fight, given his age and recent health struggles. He revealed that getting back into fighting shape was a monumental task, both physically and mentally. He added that he almost didn't make it to the ring. A few months before the fight, he was in the hospital fighting for his life. 8 blood transfusions, losing half his blood. It was tough, but Tyson pushed through because he wanted to show his kids and his fans that he is still a warrior. Moreover, Tyson had high praise for Jake Paul, despite the controversy surrounding the YouTuber turned boxer. He said that people can say what they want about Jake, but the kid can fight. He's not just some influencer trying to make a quick buck. He's putting in the work, and it shows.
I didn't even feel a single thing.
How?
Not even like, oh my God, that hurt. Like my skin, like the impact. It was all beard, so like the skin didn't even hurt. And then like, I don't know, I was just.
Bro, but your head moved. I even thought I saw you like wobble a little bit.
Didn't wobble, didn't have any stars, didn't feel it, nothing.
Rogan asked Tyson whether he believed Jake Paul was the real deal or just a well-marketed phenomenon. Tyson responded that Jake has talent, no doubt, but he's also smart. He knows how to sell a fight, how to get people talking. That's half the battle in boxing these days. The conversation inevitably turned to the ongoing rumors that the fight was scripted. Tyson was quick to dismiss the allegations. He said that people always want to find something to talk about. That fight wasn't scripted, according to Mike Tyson. He added that he went in there to win, plain and simple. Tyson reportedly explained that the viral audio clip of Jake Paul allegedly saying, "I got your money," was taken out of context and blown out of proportion. Tyson also opened up about the emotional toll the fight took on him. He admitted that losing in front of a packed stadium was a humbling experience.
Listen, understand it was a big nostalgia hit. It got our attention. It was a big financial promotion for everybody, and it actually worked. Now, the fight was absolutely terrible, and it feels like Paul was holding back his punches, and at times Mike Tyson was holding back punches.
The fight left a sense of unease among many fans. Tyson appeared sluggish and past his prime, casting a shadow over his once dominant legacy. Some even speculated that the match had been fixed, unable to reconcile the spectacle with their expectations. His apparent lack of energy and minimal punch output raised suspicions, leaving viewers, not just casual fans but also professional athletes, questioning whether something more was going on behind the scenes. Michael Irvin, a former Dallas Cowboys player and member of the Pro Football Hall of Fame, doesn't believe what happened. He spoke with the host of Colin Cowherd's show about it. He said, "I saw death in his eyes. I was scared. That don't look like nobody coming to play. And I was looking for that patented one in the body, then uppercut. We didn't get it. Not a one. I read somebody said it was in the contract, no uppercut. Come on, guys. Why wouldn't Mike throw an uppercut?" Cowherd completely concurred with Irvin, building on his argument by going back in time to when Tyson was at his best. He said, "If you watch Tyson's career, the uppercut was the kill shot, and he didn't throw one against Paul." Many boxing enthusiasts share a similar theory about the fight. Tyson appeared sluggish and fatigued quickly, which could explain why he didn't land a single uppercut. His struggle to close the distance against the more agile Paul played a significant role. But there's no doubt that this bout will always be shrouded in controversy. Jake Paul had the potential to knock out Mike Tyson with ruthless force, a possibility clear to all who watched last Friday on Netflix. Yet, despite harsh criticism of the YouTuber for not finishing off 58-year-old former champion Tyson from afar, seemed thankful for the mercy shown. shown. Jake Paul possessed the power to knock out Mike Tyson with unrelenting force, a fact made evident to viewers last Friday on Netflix. However, even as critics slammed the YouTuber for failing to finish off the 58-year-old ex-champion, Tyson appeared from a distance to appreciate the restraint shown. As the final moments of the match ticked away, with just seconds remaining, the 27-year-old YouTuber faced off with his 58-year-old opponent. In an unexpected move, he bowed to his rival, a gesture that did not sit well with the crowd, who responded with a chorus of boos. Tyson was convinced he could still step into the ring at nearly 60, despite being away from the sport for almost 2 decades. However, age and time had clearly left their mark, and his performance in the ring was far from the legendary form fans once knew. As his struggles became more apparent, many urged him to reconsider ever fighting again, especially given his ongoing health issues.
Is this rigged or not rigged? See how hard Mike punches? Everyone thinks that Mike is like toying with him, like Jake Paul is Mike's prison bitch.
Moreover, the bout was far from a mere exhibition. It officially impacted the records of both Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. Despite the theatrical nature of the matchup, which resembled something out of a Hollywood script, it pitted a fighter in the peak of his career against a man nearing his senior years and nearly 2 decades removed from competition. As expected, the outcome mirrored the predictions, a sad spectacle for Tyson and a humiliating moment for the YouTuber. Meanwhile, it was difficult for Francis Ngannou to see his dear friend Mike Tyson battle Jake Paul. Although he didn't like witnessing this version of Tyson, Ngannou, who had Tyson on his side during his boxing debut against Tyson Fury, praised the boxing icon for sticking with Paul. Ngannou told TMZ Sports, "It just hurt me to see Mike there in that situation. Like, knowing Mike, what he can do, and seeing him there with Jake Paul. And Jake Paul, like, hey man, like, that sight just hurt me. Although you have to give it to Mike, man." He added, "This is 58-year-old Mike Tyson that's been doing this sport since 12 years old, I believe, and to still be able to stand up on his own at this age, I think it's impressive. Stand up against a young 27-year-old guy, even though I would say he wouldn't be at that level, but wasn't that much of a threat for Mike. You have to give it up to him." But the boxing world is in uproar following the leak of an audio clip purportedly featuring Jake Paul telling Mike Tyson, "I got your money," during their recent bout. If genuine, the remark has intensified suspicions that the fight was more choreographed spectacle than genuine competition.
If these guys went full out on each other, right, it would look bad on Jake Paul for knocking out a guy that's twice his age, right? And it would look bad on Mike Tyson if he got knocked out as well. It would tarnish his legacy. Not only that, if Mike Tyson hit Jake Paul, knocked him out, it would ruin the legacy that Paul wants to leave as he continues to fight. He didn't want to tarnish that, losing to a guy who's twice his age.
The viral audio clip has unleashed a storm on social media, reigniting heated debates about the legitimacy of celebrity and exhibition boxing matches. The uproar began when Konosuke, an ex-user, tweeted, "Jake Paul was caught telling Mike Tyson, 'I got your money.' What more proof do we need that these fights are rigged? Come on now." The leaked audio clip struck a chord with thousands, sparking a frenzy as both fans and critics shared it widely and analyzed every moment. Within hours, the hashtag scripted fight surged to the top of trending topics, amplifying the uproar surrounding the controversy. The purported recording, captured during a lull in the action, seemingly features Jake Paul uttering the remark while locked in a clinch with Tyson. While some dismiss it as a lighthearted quip, others interpret it as incriminating proof of a choreographed bout. Skeptics had already questioned the fight's pacing and the absence of intense exchanges, and the emergence of the leaked audio has only deepened suspicions. Both die-hard boxing enthusiasts and casual observers have voiced their discontent, with many deeming the event a mere cash grab for the fighters involved. Critics argue it further erodes the legitimacy of these high-profile crossover matches.
So to answer your question, 100% this was fixed. They sat it out and talked about it. It went to decision because that was a neutral way to end it, and it went the full 8 rounds to keep people entertained. They didn't want it to end quickly. 100% it was fixed. It was smart on them, a big money grab.
Boxing analysts slammed the situation as a stain on the sport, arguing that if the audio is authentic, it validates long-held fears. These bouts prioritize profit and spectacle over the integrity of boxing. They view it as a betrayal of the sport's core values. In contrast, Paul's fans contend that his star power and knack for creating hype are injecting new energy into boxing, even if it comes at the cost of blending entertainment with tradition. At 58, Tyson found himself unable to rewind time as 27-year-old Paul secured a dominant win over the former heavyweight legend. Even Tyson's coach, once steadfast in his belief, ultimately had to admit defeat. The atmosphere at the Dallas Cowboys Stadium in Arlington, Texas, was electric, packed with 70,000 fans, including some who shelled out as much as $2 million for premium ringside views.
You know, Shannon, you're Super Bowl champion. You know what I'm saying? We've been covering sports. I've been covering sports for 30 years. It's one thing for an exhibition here, there, whatever, but you can't continue to be allowed to build a career without getting into the ring with fighters. And if I remember correctly, correct me if I'm wrong, Shannon, I think the Mexican monster himself, David Benavidez, I might be wrong, but I think it was him. He said, I'll fight him. Now, this is a man that fights at 168, Molly. Jake Paul was in the ring at 228.
But
Listen to what I'm saying. I'm saying he was in the ring at 228, and you got a cat 60 pounds lighter than him saying, I'll fight you. You know why? Because what they're saying is, when you gonna fight real boxers?
Meanwhile, Sarah Bailey, the reigning WBA Women's World Lightweight Champion and a member of Lucas Body's camp who fought on the undercard, voiced her suspicions during a post-fight interview. Speaking with ES News, Bailey remarked that she believed the match had been fixed. I think Paul took it easy, Body added. Bailey and Body share this view, but there's no evidence to back it up. Paul himself acknowledged that he eased up on the pressure once he saw Tyson tiring in the fight. Paul said, I tried to give the best fight I possibly could, but when someone's just surviving in the ring, it's hard to make it exciting. I couldn't really get him to engage me or slip shots and do something super cool or whatever. I don't care what people have to say. They're always going to have something to say. It is what it is. Though it wasn't the result fans were expecting, Tyson saw a certain respect in Paul's conduct within the ring. This was particularly clear in the 8th round when Paul gave a bow to Tyson as a sign of respect, a gesture Tyson recognized with a gentle tap on Paul's glove. Paul is setting his sights on a showdown with Conor McGregor that would blend boxing and mixed martial arts. Whether Tyson's recent remarks about Logan Paul, Jake's older sibling, were genuine remains to be seen. Meanwhile, Jake Paul and Mike Tyson are caught in the eye of a controversy, with accusations swirling that their fight was rigged. The claims come from an undercard fighter who hinted that the result of the match could have been predetermined. Yeah, it was fixed. I'm sorry, Sarah Bailey opined, and Body echoed a similar sentiment as I revealed before. The fallout from the fight has ignited a wave of intense reactions from both fans and critics. Displeasure spread through the crowd as many, clearly dissatisfied, began to leave before the final decision was even made, their exit punctuated by a chorus of boos. Addressing whether he scaled back during the fight, Paul conceded in the post-fight media session, stating, yeah, definitely a bit. I wanted to give the fans a show, but I didn't want to hurt someone that didn't need to be hurt. There was a point where Tyson was not engaging back. I could just tell his age was showing a little bit, that violence war thing. That went away as the rounds went on. Not everyone shared the disappointment over Paul's decision to refrain from delivering a more brutal blow. When questioned about the choice, retired boxing icon Andre Ward offered his perspective on whether Paul deliberately held back against Tyson. Ward told KO Artist Sports, I don't want to say that. It kind of seemed like that at times. And to be honest with you, I appreciate that. I wasn't going to be feeling, what's the worst that's going to happen? You get a few boos, but you still honor and pay homage to an all-time great? But Paul also gave another explanation for his performance. He said, 2 weeks ago I sprained my ankle, completely tore the ligament, anterior ligament, and snapped the other side of my foot. I was on crutches for 4 or 5 days, and it just hindered the end of my training camp. In the first round, Tyson appeared to corner Paul against the ropes, landing a devastating left hook. However, he didn't capitalize on the opening, leading some spectators to suspect the outcome had been manipulated. Fans quickly took to social media, expressing skepticism and raising questions about the legitimacy of the bout.
Then this jab right there that really knocked Jake back.
Paul has faced prior accusations of involvement in fixed matches. Leading up to his February 2023 showdown with Tommy Fury, an alleged script for the fight emerged online, suggesting a predetermined outcome. However, Paul's defeat by split decision cast doubt on the credibility of these claims. Similarly, ahead of his bout with Tyrone Woodley, rumors circulated that the knockout was staged, allegations that Woodley, the former UFC champion, strongly denied. Speaking to Ariel Helwani in the ring after his victory, Paul stated, first and foremost, Mike Tyson, he's a legend. He's the greatest to ever do it. This man is an icon. It's just an honor to be able to fight him. Tyson, reflecting on the fight, said, I came to fight. I didn't prove nothing to anybody, only to myself. I'm just happy with what I can do. The debate rages on, gaining traction thanks to comments from prominent figures in the boxing world. Carl Froch, the former super middleweight champion, has been especially vocal, dismissing the fight as staged and fake. He pointed to the unimpressive shove between Tyson and Paul at the pre-fight press conference, suggesting it was a clear sign of a carefully orchestrated performance. Froch stated, it's happening because it's a money spinner, and from that point of view, I admire it. Jake Paul is, if nothing else, a money machine. Adding fuel to the fire, Tony Bellew, the ex-cruiserweight world champion, claimed that Jake Paul broke an important agreement during their fight. Bellew pointed out that while both fighters had agreed to wear 14-ounce gloves to reduce the force of their punches, Paul allegedly opted for 10-ounce puncher's gloves, a move Bellew argued gave Paul an unfair advantage. Bellew voiced his criticism on X, saying, that made a huge difference. It was agreed they would wear 14-ounce gloves to lessen punch impact and reduce knockout chances. But Paul wore 10-ounce puncher's gloves, giving him an unfair advantage. The Texas athletic Athletic Commission, responsible for approving the fight, has not yet commented on the allegations. Before the event, the commission had approved the match under specific conditions, including the use of 14-ounce gloves and 2-minute rounds, all designed to ensure the safety of the 58-year-old Tyson. The controversy continues to divide the boxing community. Some believe the clash between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson was a true contest between fiercely motivated fighters, while others argue it was merely a carefully orchestrated spectacle designed for profit. Regardless of the truth, the match has sparked a larger conversation about the credibility of boxing and the increasing influence of celebrity-fueled events on the sport's reputation.
I mean, you don't get no kudos about, oh, he's 58. No, that's not what this is. This was not some a celebrity. This was not for some charity. No. We're gonna do this. And Jake Paul, they asked Jake Paul, did he take his foot off the gas? Stephen A, this is what he said. Yeah, definitely a bit. I wanted to give the fans a show, but I didn't want to hurt someone that didn't need to be hurt.
Although Tyson's loyal fans were elated by his comeback to the ring, some remained unimpressed. Evander Holyfield, a former heavyweight champion and one of Tyson's fiercest rivals during their peak years, couldn't help but smile, commenting that the fight wasn't a great one. NBA legend Magic Johnson, who claimed to have watched many of Tyson's fights over the years, admitted that he felt compelled to stop watching the bout because it had become too heartbreaking. "This fight tonight was not great for boxing," Johnson wrote on X. Paul's choice to face a fighter almost 3 decades older than him sparked intense criticism from many. However, Tyson isn't the first experienced veteran Paul has stepped into the ring with. He has already faced UFC icons like Tyrone Woodley, Anderson Silva, and Nate Diaz, fighters well past their prime. On the other hand, Olympic gold medalist Nicola Adams pointed out that if Tyson had been in his prime, the outcome of Friday's fight would have been entirely different. "Let's be real. A young Mike Tyson would have absolutely annihilated Jake Paul tonight," she wrote on X. The quality of the Tyson-Paul fight was underscored by the electrifying co-main event that followed, where Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano put on a captivating display. Taylor, amid controversy, managed to retain her undisputed world light welterweight title in a bout that sparked divided opinions among fans. Paul later claimed that he had extended the fight for the sake of entertainment. This remark has only fueled the criticism from his detractors, reinforcing their negative view of the entire event. Along with the widespread public disapproval, the match quickly became the subject of countless memes on social media, with viewers mocking the subpar streaming quality and the lackluster outcome of the fight. Looking ahead to the next phase of his career, Paul shared with CNN before Friday's fight that he's excited about the prospect of squaring off against Canelo Alvarez. After the match, he threw down the gauntlet to Conor McGregor, proposing a showdown in mixed martial arts. Meanwhile, Tyson expressed appreciation for the journey but stopped short of announcing his retirement from the sport. Tyson posted on X on Saturday, "This is one of those situations when you lost but still won. I'm grateful for last night. No regrets to get in ring one last time. I almost died in June, had 8 blood transfusions, lost half my blood, and 25 pounds in hospital and had to fight to get healthy to fight, so I won. To have my children see me stand toe-to-toe and finish 8 rounds with a talented fighter, half my age, in front of a packed Dallas Cowboys stadium is an experience that no man has the right to ask for. Thank you." At the same time, there are reports suggesting that Jake has been suspended. Regardless of the outcome of the incident, both Paul and Iron Mike would face suspensions. In combat sports, such outcomes are simply part of the territory. Since the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation authorized the Tyson-Paul match as a professional contest, both fighters are obligated to comply with the governing body's established rules. According to Texas regulations, Tyson and Paul were obligated to observe a mandatory 3-day rest for every round they fought. Given that the bout spanned 8 rounds, they were required to take a combined total of 24 days off. These rest periods are a standard requirement in professional boxing, with each sanctioning commission enforcing its own rules for recovery time after a match. In contrast, Jake Paul marked his victory over boxing legend Mike Tyson with a lavish celebration in Dallas. The exclusive event, co-hosted by his betting platform Better and Passes, unfolded in a stunning $9 million mansion, treating attendees to an evening of luxury, entertainment, and star-studded appearances, according to Page 6. As guests entered the party, they checked in and were handed wristbands that provided entry to the venue. Upon stepping inside, they were welcomed into a roomy foyer, complete with ample seating and a fully stocked bar offering an assortment of canned beverages.
I was like, you have song music.
The battle quickly became the talk of the town, with people of all ages, even grandmothers chiming in. It raked in a staggering $18 million in gate revenue, obliterating the former record of $9 million set by Canelo Alvarez. The Paul-Tyson clash has also made waves in NFL history, drawing comparisons to Super Bowl numbers. Following his dominant unanimous decision win over the 58-year-old Mike Tyson, Jake Paul has set his sights on an entirely different challenge: former UFC champion Conor McGregor. However, there's a surprising twist. Paul isn't asking for a boxing match. Instead, he's demanding a fight inside the octagon. Paul wrote on X hours after defeating the living boxing legend, "Dear Conor, I know you told my team you would fight me at 170 pounds. That's never happening. But let's run it in MMA. No weight class. Just like how it used to be done. But you won't." McGregor, who is far younger than Tyson, had different plans though. The UFC star's meme in response to "the problem child" would appeal to internet fans. Posting a picture of Senator Mitch McConnell, 82, the Notorious wrote, "Nikisa already rang me, lad. It's this guy next for you. Good luck, pal." Paul's attempts to entice Conor McGregor to pay him more seem to have failed miserably. Jake Paul, meanwhile, warned Carl Froch to shut the up after the British boxer pointed fingers at him during Friday's bout with Mike Tyson. "I will tie one arm behind my back and finish you for good," Froch wrote on social media, and in a short video which he insisted wasn't a call-out, he predicted a one-round demolition job for Paul to take him on in the ring. But the American made it plain that he didn't agree. "Sour loser," Paul wrote in response to the Nottingham native. He added, "I've done more in 4 years than you have in your life. First and last time I respond to your broke, salty ass. Let me know if you want to wash my cars." Froch said of Paul in his video, "He's such a big commodity. He sells tickets, he puts bums on seats, people are interested. Netflix, 30 million. Come on. 74,000 though, at the AT&T Stadium. Not quite 80,000, is it? He's not there yet. He's getting there, but he's not quite there. He doesn't do the big crowds, does he?" So, that's all from today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos.